Oh, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those from the greater SCP community. Give me one moment. Even though I'm feeling as I am, I'm already getting a little sweaty, so let me take it down a moment. If I get a chill, we'll return to the robe, but for now, it's a pajama party, everyone. Hello there, Site-42 staff. This, as always, is Dr. Theron Sherman. Welcome to another coffee break with Dr. Sherman. Just a coffee break, which is still a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. But in current stream news, as you may have realized yesterday, I started to feel a little scratchy at the end of stream. I spent the since evening and morning in bed, and I am certainly got some sort of mild cough, throat tickle thing. And so the situation is, A, we are near 3 months of the streak of stream. And I could not let the streak fall, not for such a minor illness. Now, I do still need to rest, and so I will not be doing a full office hours today. But I decided to come on, say hello, talk a little bit about Classicon, because that's still going on and it's still seemingly super awesome. I've got my magic potion of illness reduction. Not sponsored. It's just a childhood remedy that's always worked. Good to see you in the chat desk, ready for action. So, desk, I'm going to tell you about this, and I want all of you in the chat to listen to this first and foremost. Stream maintenance. Right now, my voice should sound of a different quality. Not because I'm sick. Obviously, there's that. But because, for today, I have installed a more impressive microphone to our camera. I upgraded the camera, and so what you should be feeling and hearing is a higher quality vocal register. It may be subtle, but this is a test run for utilizing this on the streams. So tell me how that sounds, if you can even hear a difference. If you can't hear a difference, no big deal. But if there is a quality difference in the microphone right now for the sound of my voice, let me know how that sounds as we continue to talk. Now, for those of you who are not regulars of the stream, remember, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site-42. Yes, it is casual Tuesday, thanks to my illness, but that does not change the fact that we talk about, here in this coffee break with Dr. Sherman, your questions about the anomalies we contain at the Foundation, the heroic staff who contain those anomalies. No matter what happens, no matter how they feel that day, they do their duty. Whether we're talking about the groups of interest who rival our views on what to do with those anomalies, or whether it's those hypothetical containment procedures for anomalies that are maybe outside the pataphysical narrative of the SCP Foundation. So, with that, let me say some intros. Yes, Meowlog. This is my favorite Disney movie. It is my pajama shirt. It is one of my pajama shirts. I have more than one set of pajamas, thank you. But, yes. This is the pajamas of the day. Meanwhile, Some of you may have noticed a robe earlier. The robe can come back if I'm not sweating. Right now, I've gone from cold to hot. The temperature fluctuations are part of illness. You know how it is. Let me see some hellos in the chat. Light Steve, Chaos Goblin Dogs, Hunter, Raiden, however you prefer it. Marcus, Meowlog, Dr. Puppeteer, Amber, Drowsy. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being members, as well as you, Junior Researcher Alex. Menace, the Ant, Unicorn Girl, and Lucia. Thank you for being in the chat, just for being you. I know, I see it in the chat as I'm even scrolling by your names. Take a break, you're sick, take a rest. Yes, I will. This is a short stream. We will go from 30 minutes to an hour and a half maximum, depending how I'm doing. But I will not break that barrier into a full office hours due to my current condition. Now, I see some donations coming in. Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some chicken soup on your way past the commissary. What number was Dr. Somalian Classicon? I have a feeling you mean Dr. Cimmerian. And Dr. Cimmerian is SCP-8513. That was the one with the Beetlejuice supernova that caused all the dead bodies to resurrect. Hopefully you don't recognize those bodies, even if they are particularly the ones that are in water when they died. Next up, Jonathan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a Gatorade on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, how would the Foundation contain the orcs from Warhammer 40k? We would convince them that they were contained, and their reality-bending powers would believe it and make it so. Easy peasy. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating for the first time to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some hot pork buns on your way past the commissary. I'm so gay, it's probably anomalous at this point. Let me specify, I meant barbecue pork buns, like a dumpling, and not any sort of innuendo based on your message. But, yes, congratulations on your joyous situation there. Junior Researcher Alex, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Get yourself some pho on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I hope you get well soon. I am luckily in a scenario where I can just rest most of this week. I'm doing trip prep, which I can do from bed, taking notes, sending details around. So any work I am doing, it is from bed. This is the only time I'm getting out of bed today, because I need to rest and recover, but also, I'm not going to ruin the streak, not over such a trivial illness. I see you all asking, no, I did not catch the pestilence. I'm not even sure the pestilence actually exists. I think 049 might be delusional, but that's just me. Meanwhile, I did not look in that book. That book is locked away in a bunker, in a box where no one can reach it, because it was causing mass hysteria among staff. Duma, yes, Dr. Sherman is mildly ill. Only mildly, which is why this is a short stream. Stella Wasp, gotcha. I'm not going to run down it all. But yes, the art email is up and ready. At the beginning of yesterday's stream, it has the submission rules followed by the email. Watch yesterday's stream at the beginning. Listen to the submission rules, then get the email address. I'm not going to post it here because I want you to go to yesterday's stream and follow the rules just like we do on the wiki. Thank you, Stella Wasp. Gotcha. Godspeed and good service. Specifically, let's say Uber driver Jesus for this one because I want you to go super fast. 029-J. He's not mildly ill. He's going to die, and gifted channel memberships are the only way to save him. Desk, you old con artist. Felix, I only got halfway through the donations. I wanted to answer some things real quick. I'm still going through the donos, don't worry. I haven't missed yours. Mobile Task Force Captain Aether, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a rice ball on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, hope you feel better soon. Able I am handing any containment breaches around the site to alleviate any stress for you. Much obliged, Captain. Felix, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a rainbow roll on your way past the commissary. So apparently my anomaly is in 3 parts. Dash A is me, Dash B is my workshop, which is bigger on the inside, and Dash C is my locker of trinkets that are odd items. This seems like a proper designation. I'm glad someone's working on the documentation. America, welcome to Level 1 Researchership here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Amber, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some pickled trout on your way past the commissary. Reporting in from Colorado, altitude sickness is no joke, and I was only 11,000 feet up. 30 minutes is a reasonable chat, Doc. Much obliged on your approval of my plan. Also, yes, I was born in Florida, which has no elevation, and then I, for a time, moved to the plateau in Texas, and I used to be able to run 5 to 15K easy, straight, no breaks. And when I got on that plateau and the air quality changed, ooh, that got some getting used to. Randy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some beef broth on your way past the commissary. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Well, hello to you. Anna, the normal clothes today, these are my pajamas. This is a pajama party because I am sick. I am mildly ill, which is why we are here for only a short coffee break. But I could not sacrifice the streak. We are almost at the 3-month milestone. Couldn't let that go away. So yes, this is a pajama party. I had a bathrobe, but I started to get a little warm, so I took that off. If I get a chill, we'll take it back on. We got to keep it making adjustments. How many memberships do we have to give for you to live if one 096 looked at another 096 would account it looking at its face? Well, gamer, thank you for your membership message. 2-month anniversary, congratulations. And I would say, if I want to live, I just need 1,000 member donations. No, I'm kidding. What I need is more haterade. Gamer, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Seriously, thank you for your generosity. And if you got a membership from Gamer right there, make sure you thank them. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, I found... Oh, wait. I'm going to go back. I forgot to answer Gamer's actual question there. If one 096 looked at another 096, would that count it looking at its face? So 096 is a singular entity, which means I don't assume it has a hive mind, which means if another 096 looked at its face, I do think they would attack each other. That's just a hypothesis. I hope we never have to test it. Jonathan, thank you for that donation. Dr. Sherman, I found an SCP-1250-1 and -2 audiobook on Amazon's bookstore that I can't remember the name of. I hate the sound of this. Alternate reality recorders. Yeah, I will get Artificial Intelligence Applications Division to get that taken down pronto, because we cannot have audiobooks of SCPs on Amazon. Bezos does not need our anomalies, thank you. If he won't make an SCP movie, he doesn't get our audiobooks. Ivan and Talkwaves, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. America. The war against the white names continues. Damn right. The only good white name is a green name. Dream State, thank you for donating for the first time today. Grab yourself a bowl of ramen on your way past the commissary. Guess who's back and how y'all doing? Well, besides my mild illness, I'm doing okay. At this point, I think Bezos is an anomaly. Well, the Wolf Queen, I could tell you about SCP... No, that's not the one. There we go. So, if one SCP about Vor, known as SCP-5991, codename Vor Jesus, wasn't enough, there's also SCP-5821, codename Bourgeoisie. And SCP-5821, codename Bourgeoisie, is about a persistent mimetic effect throughout the human population of Earth that the flesh of Jeffrey Preston Bezos, henceforward known as SCP-5821-1, is the most desirable meat for human consumption. While all humans aside from SCP-5821-1 are subconsciously affected by the meme, and thus wish to consume SCP-5821-1's flesh, only a small number are aware of SCP-5821 to a degree where they will attempt to assassinate and subsequently cannibalize SCP-5821-1. And as I am not joking, allow me to show you SCP-5821, codename Bourgeoisie. Bourgeoisie. There we go. And yes, there is an O5 in that article having commentary on it. So, there is that as well. Alright, let's lock this in. Why is he bald? Aoki, Jeffrey Preston Bezos has always been bald to my knowledge. I do not remember ever seeing a photo of SCP-5821-1 that had hair. Are you sure? Gamer, thank you for donating another Site42 membership. The battle against the white names continues. If you got that membership, make sure you thank Gamer77 for that. Felix, thank you for donating again. The researcher that is working on identifying my anomaly has determined my mechs and bots to be -A2, in other words, my creations. Also seems I can inspire my work and make better models of tech in media. Interesting. That's very useful. Could be useful to the Foundation. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. If SCP-096 looked at a picture of an 096 from a parallel universe timeline, would that timeline's 096 literally break through the timeline and move through hyperspace toward the 096 that looked at it? So 096 doesn't have any dimensional travel capabilities, which means as long as you're in another dimension or time period, as it were, then you are safe until an opening occurs. If any wormhole from 096's location to you opens, then 096 will home in on that because they can sense where you are and they can sense you through the door. This is why we would not put SCP-096 into the Infinite IKEA, SCP-3008, because, yes, it's locked in an Infinite IKEA and the door moves around so it couldn't find it. But if a person in our universe was to see its face, it would then sense where the door is and chase it down. So that would not be good. Gamer, thank you for donating again. Done donating membership, so hopefully you're alive. You know, I am feeling much more alive, thank you kindly. Fire Edits, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, and congratulations on getting one of those gifted memberships. Make sure to grab yourself a crepe on your way past the commissary. Gamer, you said you were done, and then you did it again. Thank you for your service in the battle against the White Names, and if you got that membership from Gamer77, make sure you thank them. It's the only polite thing to do. For those of you who are new to the stream, new as in you're just getting here, reminder, this is a short coffee break today because I am feeling under the weather. That's why I'm in pajamas rather than my professional attire. We're having a small pajama party, and then we will move on to the rest of our day. Chesta Factory, thank you for gifting a Site 42 membership. If you got that membership from Chesta Factory, thank them for their generosity in the battle against the White Names. I just saw a Ko-Fi donation come in. I'm going to get that before I forget. Pardon for one moment. It's just a dry cough. It's just a dry cough. Don't worry, I'm fine. Amber, thank you for your very generous Ko-Fi donation. In case you guys don't know, Ko-Fi is a website that lets you donate one-time donations, and that means that YouTube doesn't get 30% of the super chat. So thank you for putting in the effort, Amber. Much obliged. Also reporting the Stan... Oh, and did you already get something from the commissary? Either way, you can have a steak dinner from the commissary now. Also reporting, the Stanley Hotel, where Stephen King was inspired to write The Shining, is non-anomalous in this agent's opinion. Oh! What a place to be! Good luck on your excursion there. Make sure that you keep your eyes open. Usually things are pretty calm at the start, and then they get antsy later in the report log. It's a kind of a cliche in the Foundation. Everything looks good at the start, then it gets dangerous. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a waffle on your way past the commissary. Currently stuck watching the complete VeggieTales series since we got an anomalous DVD set. So far, the only weird thing is that everyone's eyes glow. Same thing I said to Amber. Be careful, because it always starts easy, and then it gets crazy. And so, you know, just the further you go down the log, it's going to get nutty. So be careful. Don't let your guard down. 1K James and Golf VR. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dream State. Thank you for donating again. You think you could survive in the back rooms? That's quite the dangerous location. But I'd win. Felix, thank you for donating again. The media I have watched include Star Wars, Stargate, Fallout, Titanfall, Star Trek, Halo, and My Hero Academia. Apparently the O5 don't want me to watch Marvel. I am, well, let's see. Star Wars, very good at the start, and then prequel trilogy, weird but kind of fun. New trilogy, ugh. Although Last Jedi was pretty damn good, and the haters can fight me on that one. Meanwhile, and I haven't seen Andor, which I hear is really good, but I'll have to get to that. Stargate, I watched SG-1, most of it. I didn't finish it. I need to finish it because I was really enjoying that. Fallout, love that series. I could show you guys my Fallout shrine sometime. I've got some Nuka-Colas. I've got a bunch of Funkos. I've got a Charisma bobblehead because that's my jam. I always do Charisma builds. And I've got a Platinum chip from New Vegas. So cool. I found the coolest merch store at a convention one time. I know nothing about Titanfall. Star Trek, I've watched most of Next Gen, and very fun show. Halo, not familiar. I've played a little multiplayer, and that's it, back in the day. And MHA, I saw the first couple seasons. I really enjoyed it. I need to catch up on that. And apparently the 05 don't watch more. There's good Marvel. There's good Marvel. I've fallen off of it recently. I haven't enjoyed as much of it recently. Although I am looking forward to Fantastic Four because as much I like Pedro. Pedro's cool. So I'm going to watch it for Pedro. Meanwhile, I'm really excited for Superman because I'm a huge James Gunn fan. James Gunn always knocks it out the park. The Guardians are why you watch Marvel. Seriously. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. Fire Edits, I see your dono down the way. I'm on my way. That was just a longer question, so it took me a minute. Josh, thank you for your 10th donation to Site42. Just with a little smiley face there. Much obliged. Get yourself a Snickers on your way past the commissary. Desk, thank you for donating 5 memberships. You work here, man. But if you got a gift membership from Desk, make sure to thank Desk for his generosity and his service in the battle against the White Names. Fire Edits, thank you for donating again. Favorite SCP versus 096, who wins? By the way, I've been subscribed for a while and love your content, keep it up. Glad to hear it. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. We're trying to put out good stuff the best we can to hype the SCP community. That's the purpose of myself and all of you, Bubble Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters. So, happy I'm able to keep you entertained. Meanwhile, favorite SCP versus 096, who wins? I believe that of my favorite SCPs, 3999 could take it because Reality Bender, that's cheating. Jeff could take it. 008-J could take 096 because the anomalous escaping means that 096 would never be able to catch it, which I would find entertaining. That would be a really funny Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner cartoon. 096 chasing Jeff all over the place. I'd enjoy that. Those are the two I'll list. Name Corrupted, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of coffee on your way past the commissary. Mobile Task Force Team Pi-43 has entered the facility. Alright, well, I'm glad they're here. I hope they had a good mission and they're ready for a little R&R. Welcome to Level 1 Researchership. Membership with no name message retracted. Well, I would thank you for your membership, but when you retracted your message, it also took away your name. Did you refund your membership? Is that how that happened? I'm so confused. I've never seen that happen on YouTube. Well, I hope everything's okay on your end. That's what matters. Dream State, thank you for donating again. Yo, I'm back. Internet got EMP'd. Oops. Good to have you back. Felix, thank you for donating again. They said I probably should learn how to make an infinity gauntlet or something. Correct. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. Anyways, I made some sets of Spartan armor for the Mobile Task Force unit. See, that makes sense. That's better. I like that a lot better. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for donating again. By the way, still missing around 8 anomalous switch 2s. Gosh. Okay. Alright, we'll put out an APB. We'll hunt them down. Shadow Ire, welcome to Level 1 Researchership here at Site42. We appreciate your service and your membership. Bill Cipher, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. I just found out that getting prize person scares SCP-049. Listen, I don't know that anything could really handle getting prize personed. That is a powerful anomaly. That's worrying. You must deal with a lot of anomalous nonsense in this chat. Intern Windy Gulch, you would not believe it. The things that walk through a site director's door, crazy. Now, Aoki, remember, the prize people aren't scary. It is the entities that break open the prize people that are scary. And by the way, to put you all on blast right now regarding the prize people article, I did, after stream, message the author of that article, Jay Dune, and tell them, hey, here's the time code. I read your article on stream. Make sure you watch the live chat replay. So all of your reactions are now the author's to enjoy. So you're welcome. And by the way, I wasn't the first person to tell Dune that we read the article. Dune had heard before I told them. Ten Tails, good to see you in the chat. It's been a while. Thank you for your first donation to the stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a rack of lamb on your way past the commissary. Pardon one sec. Dr. Sherman, help. This 05 that I've been protecting for a while has been getting too touchy with me. That sounds uncomfortable. And you know, an overseer's authority only goes as far as they don't abuse it. So, well, they are quite capable of abusing a lot of authority, to be fair. But, okay. Listen, get over here to Site 42, talk to Martha in HR, and we'll see what we can do from there. Have you ever used the SCP pizza box as a party? Intern Huntley, yes. SCP-458, the Infinite Pizza Box, is on a constant rotation around the Foundation sites. That way everyone gets Pizza Day. So when Site 42 gets 458 delivered, then we have Pizza Day. Then it goes on to the next site, so on and so forth. Name Corrupted, thank you for donating again. I made SCP-096 a Tinder account. Surprisingly, none of the conversations led to anything after 5 messages. Well, it led to the death of those people who looked at its picture on Tinder. Oh, you are being demoted to D-Class for sure. Hi, Sherm. Get well soon. Want to let you know I actually made the pool duck article. Can't post on the wiki, but I'll find a way to post it or send it to you. Didn't use the actual word. Well, Avery, good luck with that. I will recover as I can. Congratulations on writing something. Did you just write it, or did you get it crit by people and pass it around and do edits and stuff like that? Did you do the process, or did you just write something real quick? I'm curious about this, because obviously as an SCP content creator, I'm always encouraging people to do the whole of the writing process, not just part of it. That way people improve their skills, their mad skills. Ah, that's what you meant by the didn't use the same word. Desk informed me on the back channels. Good to know. Pool duck. Ow. Ow, I hate that actually. Ugh. That's a leg crosser for sure. I saw a Ko-Fi donation come in. I'm going to get that real quick before I forget. Chester Factory, thank you for going through the Ko-Fi to give us 100% of the donation without YouTube taking any. We appreciate your service. How many anomalous tool manufacturers or distributors are there? Also, how do monthly donations from Ko-Fi show up? This one is for testing. Oh, it doesn't say it's a monthly. If I go to view details, Nope, it just says a donation like any other. So if it is a monthly, then I will just see a monthly donation, which, wow, thank you for that. Much obliged. Heroic there. And so, yes, it shows up like any other donation. It's not labeled any differently. Meanwhile, anomalous tool manufacturers and distributors. That's a very specific question. I'm going to see what I can find on the database. SCP tool manufacturer. So obviously there's the factory, which is a poorly understood entity or group of entities which make anomalies, and that is a very famous group of interest in the Foundation of the days past. 4894 is a series of pickaxes. Ding, 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 ding. Brought to you by the good folks at YWTGTHFT. This is a tool made by what seems to be an anomalous manufacturer. Oh, this is the puppy machine, SCP-1459. So that's made by a group called YWTGTHFT, which is SCP, they also make SCP-2030, Laugh is Fun. So that's 2 articles from the same manufacturer. Yeah, I don't know how to search for that one quite. It's so specific in name, but I guess I would just have to search for anomalous tools and then see which ones had No, that's not going to work either. I'm pretty good at scattering the database, but this is a pretty tricky one for me to search for, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. I wish I could do better with the research there. Now, Mobile Task Force Captain Aether. Oh, thank you for going to the Ko-Fi for this donation. Much obliged. Here, have some good vibes and anti-stress meds that I stole from Medical again. That will prove helpful. Thank you kindly. What class would a human be? Non-anomalous, they're just a human. But your intern name is legally stupid, so I should not be shocked for such a question. The name of the current background song is Tech Live by Kevin MacLeod off the album Purple Galaxy. Tech Live. Caracal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a maple bacon bar on your way past the commissary. Can't decide between writing 3 stories, wondering if you could help. Shadow Blob learning to be human. Messy queer story. Or furries and demons queer story. Note all stories are just me exploring me. Well, some people like to say that every story is in some way a self-insert because it has to be it always has a piece of you in it, regardless. But what I would say is, of these 3, so the easiest one to write would be the Shadow Blob one, because that one's got an easy to write about anomaly there. Messy Queer Story doesn't have an anomaly in it, therefore I'm not sure what angle you would take on that. And the furries and demons would be the hardest, because furries and demons are a cliche kind of entity, which has a sillier connotation, which makes it harder to take them seriously to the general public. None of these are impossible. I'm just spitballing ideas off the hip here. The shadow blob is also pretty cliche, so let's take that with a grain of salt as well. But because you said learning to be human, that's the one that really resonates with me as this is the most likely easiest win. Any of these can be good, but that's just my first off-the-cuff thought. Lamp, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a slice of pumpkin pie on your way past the commissary. What happens when an actual containment procedures break containment? What happens when the actual containment procedures break containment? Do you mean what happens if someone finds out about our containment procedures? Because the answer with that is amnestics. And then if it's a big enough thing, we have to do a mimetic hazard to erase everything. But yeah, it's just information getting out there, so we just have to erase that information. Oh, okay. Dream State, thank you for donating again. Going to get orange juice. Anyone want some? I mean, I'm good on my haterade right now, but yes. Northern AP, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of tea on your way past the commissary. What's your opinion on Epsilon 6? Do I know that designation off the top of my head? No. Do I know that I probably know it? Yes. Epsilon 6 is the Village Idiots, a very useful task force. You want to get some stuff done in an urban environment, you send in the Village Idiots. I certainly have no complaints about that crew. And, I mean, Lord, their documentation of anomaly containment, they're assigned to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 anomalies. They were assigned to 49 anomalies. They must be tired. So yes, my feelings are I think they need a break. Gamer, thank you for donating again. Which O5 abusing powers? How Task Force 77 does not allow that kind of BS doctor permission to redact that overseer. Obviously, I can't approve such an order against a higher up. That's why I sent them to HR first, so we could start building a case. I'm not saying we're going to mutiny in O5, but I'm saying that proper protocols have a way of working out. And certainly nothing ever bad gets buried in the Foundation. At all. Felix, thank you for donating again. With Dash C, my locker of trinkets is able to house anomalous items. As soon as I put them in the locker, after an hour of it out of the locker by other people, it teleports back to the locker. This sounds like a very powerful anomaly. What are your plans to do with this power? Ten Tails, thank you for donating again. This is an O5 speaking. I have respectfully taken the Dragonoid phone, and he is currently asleep due to my passing from overwork, and I shall overlook him for testing purposes. Desk, I'm sitting here on a sick day, And there's Overseer intrigue. We might need to call in Clef for this one. I don't have the energy for this BS. I'm just saying. It's been a while, but I needed classification. What are the rules on a person's headcanon? Intern Darth plays. I don't know what you mean. Because literally, as far as I know, headcanon can be whatever you want it to be in your head. Even if it's canon or not on the website. Headcanon is literally what's in your brain. Felix, thank you for donating again. Maybe I can contain some anomalous objects so they don't get in the wrong hands. Totally not trying to get 4 or 5, 6. Anyways, I'm going to do some planning. There is not a big world where we're going to give you a lot of our anomalies because we do not want them being held outside of Foundation custody. Not to say we don't trust you, but we don't trust any anomaly that can steal our anomalies from us, so be careful on what you're requisitioning here. You're walking a fine line. Also, why do you want SCP-456, a group of anomalous bed bugs? Why do you want anomalous bed bugs that bite you and inject you with fentanyl? Why do you want that? What are your pants? What design? Intern Jazzy Boy, my pajama pants are of the epic battle that took place many a moon ago between the cat army with their steed unicorns versus the pugs riding narwhals. The epic battle of pugs and narwhals versus cats and unicorns. It was a very dangerous war that thankfully did not get too dangerous. At least in our universe. We were able to cut it out. Present Mike, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Rice Krispies treat on your way past the commissary. Yo, Dr. Sherman, can I bring tacos to all the SCPs because it's Taco Tuesday? You know, that might be good for morale. I'll approve this request. I saw a Ko-Fi donation. Let me grab that before I forget. Random, thank you for your first Ko-Fi donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a rack of ribs on your way past the commissary. First, this was hard to find. Second, I'm guessing the quarter-mile drag strip is pretty hard to find, isn't it? Yeah, the Ko-Fi, well, it's in the support link. If ever you want to find anything relating to Site-42, the first place you go is beacons.ai/Site-42. Beacons.ai/Site-42 is our support link. It lists where you can go for Site-42 business, our channels, our contact details. It lists any sponsors we're working with. We don't get a lot of sponsors from like big companies because the SCP Foundation is a very niche community. But if we're working with any SCP game devs or stuff like that, then that's where I put their links for the time. So beacons.ai/Site-42 is where you'll find the Site-42 support link desk. Shadow's Ire, thank you for what I think is your first donation, because you became a member earlier. Grab yourself some pixie sticks at the commissary just in case. Are there marble-related SCPs? Marbles. Perhaps. So that's a bathtub made of marble. SCP-5034 is a china bowl containing 7 red marbles. So there's that. 6046 is a set of 12 marbles, each of which cause mechanical connections within a radius of 3.4 meters to weaken. So 6046 is anomalous marbles. So yes, there's 2 marble SCPs for you right there. 5034 and 6046. There you go. Caracal, thank you for donating again. Been listening to a lot of Death Grips mixed with other songs. There's one that mixes a Hotline Miami. Inappropriate lyrics but goes hard. Going to chill with 682, get some writing done. Good luck. 682 and chilling don't go in the same sentence to me. I would suggest maybe go to another location. Meanwhile, I'm not familiar with Death Grips' music, but I am. Hotline Miami is a fun little romp. Thank God it's a video game and not a real place that we have to deal with. When I say thank God there, I mean SCP-6542, Jesus. Which, by the way, I just want to point out, we overlooked something when we started having grilled cheeses, the combination of bread Jesus, SCP-3305, and milk Jesus, aka Cheeses, SCP-6542. If you eat the body of 3305, you become mimetically a worshiper of bread Jesus. So anybody who had a grilled cheeses needs to report to medical for amnestic treatment. And hopefully that works, because those grilled cheeses were more dangerous than we thought. You saw nothing. Felix, thank you for donating again. It was a diversion. I grabbed 458. I'm putting it in my locker, ha 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 ha. Use all my bots to cover my tracks and block the mobile task force. I just said that 458 is at another site. It's at another site in the rotation. It's not here. So all I can imagine is that you stole a random pizza box, which, I mean, good for you, silly choice. The mobile task force is probably just chasing you because you were running like a thief. Why don't you not be a thief? Cooperate. This is your last warning. Sayarza finally caught a stream live. I've been an SCP fan for around 5 years now, and one of my first tattoos was the Foundation logo on the left side of my chest. Rock on! That's a hardcore fan of the Foundation getting a Foundation tat. Right on, right on. Am I getting the pizza number wrong, Desk? Is that what you're telling me right now? How long have I been getting the pizza wrong? No, I'm not getting the pizza wrong. You're getting the pizza wrong. You're the one who's dyslexic this time. It's 458. Hurrah! It's not me this time. Okay, wait a minute. Dr. Sherman, I'm making an animation of you would you be able to watch it on stream Friday? Intern Jazzy Boy, if it follows all of the rules of submission to the Site 42 art submission email at the beginning of yesterday's stream, then the answer is yes. So finish the work, submit it to the art email, and we'll sort it out. I just got my hospital job yesterday, bro. I'm about to see you in a room if you don't go get rest. You are correct, and we are at the hour mark of this stream, and I can feel my throat tightening up a little bit, so we are towards the end of stream, people. But I want to do 3 things first. 3 things. The number 1 thing. Well, first, Felix, thank you for donating again. I grabbed it from Site 14. I'm heading back to Site 42. Don't argue, Sherman gets a taser from a mobile task force. I warned you not to steal anomalies. This is what you get. Alright. So, thing 1 that we're doing before I sign off for the day is I'm doing one more Classicon entry. I'm having fun with the Classicon entries, and while the contest is live, it's worth throwing them out. And while that's loading on screen, Rose, out of character, wait, I didn't catch yesterday's stream, I didn't get the email, no. The VOD is up, it's the very first thing we do in stream. We read the rules, and we give out the email. So read the rule, listen to the rules, and then listen to the email. It's right there for you. Also, while I'm getting ready to pick a random Classicon entry for today's reading, congratulations, Site 42 chat. You have made the likes outdo the viewer count. 179, 180 likes to 158 viewers. Good work, staff. This is how we steal people from the real world and bring them into the world of the anomalous. We will make the world SCP fans one step at a time. Now, secondly, Mallow, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a chicken wrap on your way past the commissary if you are able to touch things, because I know you're intangible. Hello, Dr. Sherman, it's me again. Yes. Yes, it is. I hope you are well and not causing any more breaches. All right. So with that, Shadow's Ire, thank you for donating again. I heard that staying hydrated can make trees scream. You should try it. Oh, trust me, I've got a supply of hydration right now. And while I pick an anomaly to read, I also pick a number for Hunter Parker. The number is 11. Your number is 11. There you go. All right, Classicon randoms, Classicon randoms, Classicon randoms, Classicon randoms. Random reading, random reading, random reading, random reading, stop. Now, move the mouse, move the mouse, move the mouse, stop. Okay. Our random Classicon reading of the day, so that we did one, is SCP-7581, codename Wish Upon a Star, by Xenon Cores. One more time, SCP-7581, codename Wish Upon a Star, by SCP author Xenon Cores. Or sorry, it's Xenon Cores. Xenon Cores. Now there is a content warning for descriptions of gore. So content warning for descriptions of gore, people. We're going in. Item number SCP-7581. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Oh, sorry. It's only containment procedures. They are not special. SCP Containment procedures to prevent SCP-7581 currently do not exist at this time. Efforts are to instead be directed toward disseminating amnestic towards communities who have witnessed SCP-7581 events, along with appropriate cover stories to explain physical damages. Description: SCP-7581 refers to a phenomenon in which a 3-meter sphere of plasma falls from the sky and strikes a random individual. Waiting for a star to fall on my head. Ow. 99.2% of cases have been recorded as instantly fatal. Yes, a sphere of plasma falling on you would be bad for you, yes. With the remaining resulting in third-degree burns so severe that death occurred within 24 hours. Once an SCP-7581 event occurs, a star within 30,000 light-years of Earth will permanently cease producing light in the night sky. The temperatures of SCP-7581 impacts have been recorded to be around 55,000 degrees Celsius on average, with the highest known measuring at 113,048 degrees Celsius, and the lowest at 101 degrees Celsius. Analysis of demographic data have confirmed that SCP-7581 has no pattern in who it targets. Socioeconomic status, age, gender, race, ethnicity, etc. do not determine the likelihood of an impact. This also extends to more esoteric factors such as location. Footnote: SCP-7581 will ignore whether an individual is inside or not. How well the victim can perceive stars in their own night sky. Footnote: it is estimated that 80% of the world's current population lives under moderately to severely light-polluted areas, and whether SCP-7581 has been observed before. The ability to see SCP-7581 falling also has no bearing on how successfully it will land. SCP-7581 has so far never missed a target, as it will continuously adjust its trajectory if a victim attempts to flee. The following is a letter left at the scene of an impact site, included in this file to provide an example of what an SCP-7581 event looks like. For the full catalog of SCP-7581 witness accounts, footnote, currently standing at redacted amount of entries, but there seems to be 4 digits. Please contact Director Redacted to discuss clearance. And we have a letter. Dear Amanda, it should have been me. We all thought the same thing as we witnessed, watched you burn. That needs to be a typo. You were getting better. You were getting your life back. You had a girlfriend. She loved your sewing. Everyone did. God, do you know how much we all cared? Alright, wait. I'm going to get into character. Here we go. Dear Amanda, it should have been me. We all thought the same thing as we witnessed, watched you burn. You were getting better. You were getting your life back. You had a girlfriend? She loved your sewing. Everyone did. God, do you know how much we all cared? Everyone on our street pitched in to buy your chair. It was a miracle we could all afford it. We were lucky we secured someone to be able to fix it cheaply if it broke down, too, because we couldn't stand how miserable you were so cooped up in your room. Nobody deserves to live like that. My parents didn't know their neighbors before you. They didn't know theirs either, too. Watching life pour onto our lawns day by day after the car accident felt akin to watching a garden grow. Suddenly, people were bringing their kids out to play as they chatted with my parents. Out of nowhere, we were seeing parties featuring your favorite movies unite relatives that had not seen each other in years. Everyone was making barbecue for people they'd never met before. I remember when Mom cried so hard, finding people to take you to your appointments. That meant she could go back to work. Dad nearly joined her when the lady across the street paid our heating bill last winter. Part of me sometimes wonders if the landlord took pity on us too because of you, or if it was the neighborhood threatening to destroy his house every time he said he wanted to raise rent. Fuck that guy. But if he relented, I don't know how much I can bring myself to be mad at him. Should that go for whatever killed you? Can I get mad at what everyone's calling an act of God? That's all we can tell ourselves as we scrape together money for your funeral. Should I believe in a God that took you away from me like that? Who burned your brain into your wheelchair's motor, your eyes into your own cheeks? Who melted your legs into the plastic of your seat? I remember them pulling your liver out and thinking it was charcoal at first. The same with your stomach. I didn't realize people burned like that. Why couldn't I have protected you from your last moments? Nobody would have cared if I was gone, but you needed to be here. You needed to never have gone through that kind of pain twice. I wish to never forget you, Amanda. All of us wish to never forget the unending joy you poured into our lives, teaching us all to be kinder and better to one another. Your smile is still burned into our memories, into the food we share and the holidays we all spend together. We all ache for how you made us laugh, how everyone forgot their troubles around you. I still have blankets you made for me last month. The neighbors still have the sweaters you made their kids. I hope I die the same way as you if I ever find a way to fuck up that promise. Addendum 7581-01. On Redacted 2024, approximately redacted months after the above individual was amnesticized, she was struck by SCP-7581. Whoa! We killed that person. Oof! We killed that person so hard. We made them forget their promise, and they died because of it. Thank you. Thank you, Foundation. You're so good at your job. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think the letter is a little overkill, but it is well written. It gets the job done. I mean, in my voice, it sounded fine to me as I was saying it. And yeah, that last log, amnesticizing the writer so they got. Woof. All right, so if you enjoyed SCP-7581, another Classicon entry, you can read that and upvote it if you liked it, downvote it if you didn't. But yeah, whatever you decide to vote, if you're a member of the wiki, vote it. Sheeny, good to see you in the chat. And yes, as you're being told by Desk, it's a pajama party today. We're doing a pajama party because I am sick, we've discovered. And so we are going to end the stream hard cut in 20 minutes. I think I can make it 20 more minutes. And then I'm going to sit in bed for the rest of the day. And that was our Classicon reading of the day. That was fun. Classicon is not missing. Classicon is not missing at all. Jonathan, thank you for donating again. Anyways, one of my other selves just grabbed 729-J and threw it into the void. Consider it neutralized for the time being. You know? How I'm feeling right now, I'm not sad about it. I know it'll come back, but a little peace and quiet doesn't bother me. Sayarsa, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some banana pancakes on your way past the commissary. Can't access SCP-500 as a favor, so here's 500 cents instead. Keep up the good work. Thank you kindly. Sayarsa, much obliged. Felix, thank you for your donating again. My head, what happened? I blacked out from my workshop when I started getting extremely hungry and blacked out. I think I skipped 2 days of meals. Maybe you should grab a Snickers, because you're doing crazy things when you're hungry. Raccoon Dog, thank you for gifting 5 Site 42 memberships. We appreciate your service in the battle against the white names. Meanwhile, if you got one of those memberships, make sure you thank Raccoon Dog for their generosity. I've survived a whole week of Keter duty. I'm going to annoy some ambassadors from a certain dimension. You can't stop me because you are too sick. Ha 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 ha. You act as if I'm not in charge of this site with numerous security forces at my fingertips. Do anything stupid, and you'll get the reward for doing something stupid. Angie, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some chowder on your way past the commissary. Can I help you with anything? You seem stressed. I am not stressed. I'm just a little under the weather, which is why today's a pajama party. I had a robe earlier, but it was too warm for the robe, so if I get a chill, I'll put it back on. But right now, I'm doing fine. Scrolled across this and just heard fingertips with exactly 0 context. Yes, that's all the information you need. Aren't you caught up? Is Hatsune Miku an SCP? Not yet, but it is reaching dangerous levels of groupthink belief that it might be in danger of becoming a tulpa. So we got to keep an eye on that. I'm scared that this guy appeared on my YouTube Shorts 3 times. Hey, Sci42 staff, what'd I tell you about that like button? He can't escape. He's contained. We got him. SCP Foundation always wins. Secure, contain, and protect the algorithm. Hooah! Felix, thank you for donating again. What did I do? Why am I muzzled? Help. Listen, once the amnestics kick in, once you're well fed, you'll be back to not being a problem that causes trouble all over the site. Seriously. People make stupid decisions when they're hungry. That's the lesson of today's stream. Now, second thing I wanted to do before we ended stream, I wanted to remind you that we are going to be having an IRL SCP meetup at MetroCon Tampa on July 25th. The only reason I'm stressed about being sick right now is because I need to stay in bed until I'm better. That way I don't mess up my travel plans. But we are going to be at MetroCon 2025, which is the 25th, 26th, and 27th of July. I am holding a IRL meetup of SCP fans on the 25th of July, which is Friday, at 12 at MetroCon. It's on the panel schedule. You can look it up. We are official. And if you want to come cosplay some SCP, take some pictures, handshake me in person, chit-chat about the universe, Q&A, all sorts of in-person meetup business, I just got a big-ass box of free SCP merch for you guys. It's not free for me. I made sure that Toad King was well compensated for his wares. But epic SCP merch creator Toad King Studios from Etsy is sending us a big box of merch that I'm just going to give away for free. So if you want to be there, if you want to get some stuff, that's where you're going to be. It'll be a blast. Why Not Guitar? Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a pork tenderloin and a loaded baked potato on your way past the commissary. Hope things are well. Just a head up, there was an incident with one of 507's random jumps, and we are now missing several tools, an engine block, and my clipboard. Well, besides my mild illness, everything seems to be fine around the site. Meanwhile, well, we have to wait for 507 to come back and hope that it remembers to bring the things back. Yeah, that's enough. That's annoying. Fingers crossed it all comes back with it. Sheeny, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a... Did that. Gotta change it up. Grab yourself a quesadilla on your way past the commissary. Carefully sets a mug of sucre tea next to you. Goes without saying, but get some rest, okay? Much obliged. Specifically for you and you, Sheeny, I'm in talks with Tabella to talk about some sort of sponsorship business. It's a tea company that's really, really good, everyone. And they're having trouble with the current tariff situation. Maybe everything in the country is making things more expensive. And this is a place I used to sit in their cafe for years while I was just a dance teacher. And when they opened their first shop, I was friends with the owner. So when I saw their video, I'm like, hey, I might be able to help out a little bit. Work with me here, work with me. So we're in talks. It's not official yet. I still, even if I'm not sponsored, Tabella Tea Company sells some of the best tea you'll ever get, so order from them. Not sponsored yet, but maybe sponsored soon. We'll see. Either way, they're dope. Angie, thank you for your donating again. Can I get a CP999 duty, please? You know what? The duty roster is in the commissary. You can sign up there. It's a rotation, so just get in on the rotation. Everyone gets a turn. Felix, thank you for donating again. A mobile task force restrained me and put me in a van. Wait, help, it's Chaos Insurgency, help. That is not... Who let the CI into the site? I'm sick, not dead. Are you all daft? Can anyone on security confirm to me this is actually happening? Or am I being pranked right now? You were a dance teacher? Seraphos, I am still a dance teacher. I've taught ballroom dancing for 18 years. As they say of actors of all stripes and artists, don't quit your day job. Now I'm teaching it at the Foundation Fitness Initiative as one of our exercise rotations instead of teaching it to the public, but I am still teaching ballroom dancing to this day. Can you teach us how to do pen tricks? Intern Quixote, a quick tutorial. Hold the pen between your fingers, make it horizontal, get it with the next one. Horizontal, get it with the next one. You go over the top, underneath, over, under. You can reverse it. Going the other way, same trick, different direction. You want to practice it with both hands going both directions. That way you got your mad skills. It is easier to practice with pens with a rubberized grip. It makes it easier to hold on to them. Shiny and metal pens are harder to hold on to. They're more slippery, so be careful with that. And yeah, practice makes perfect. I flattened SCP-999. Well, it's a slime, so that's not going to do harm to it. It does end up taking the whole floor up, though, and that means that you're walking in 999, which is uncomfortable, and you're going to get dirt in it, so stop it. Which SCP have you researched lately? Well, we just finished checking over the documentation for SCP-7581, which is when stars fall out of the sky onto your head and murder you. And then, of course, everyone's favorite right now is SCP-8329, the Prize People. That one was rough. So yeah, those are the anomalies we've covered recently. Site Director Stone, time check. We are in the last 10 minutes of this coffee break. Last 10 minutes of this coffee break. Is it true that SCP Mallow is in Site 42 asking for a friend? It is true that some people who work at Site 42 have their own Mallow entities. It happens when people accidentally download the phone, so they say they accidentally downloaded the app. But again, they're intangible entities, so you can't see them if you don't have one. You can't touch them, so they're just, they show up once in a while in your field of vision if you have one. So it's not disruptive to staff protocols most of the time. Is Mallow smashable? No! It's incorporeal. You can't touch it. Is he stupid? That's all I can say about that. Also, we do not fraternize with the anomalies regardless of their corporality. Idiots. Felix, thank you for donating again. There are reports of many X-class ships rising from the ocean. Hordes of -A2 mechs, droids, and mechanoids are going toward an abandoned warehouse. I might need to just... When I end this stream, I'm going to go to bed and watch whatever war movie is happening to Felix. Sounds entertaining. You're damn right, Desk. You're damn right. I feel like Bro is about to go wild about the Rule 34 SCP stuff. Listen, it is the bane of my existence that the type of people who accept working at the Foundation are a bunch of monster fuckers and demon daters. So yes, it does annoy me, but it is my job to maintain proper protocols and special containment procedures. We keep these containment procedures for a reason. So, you will not fraternize with the anomalies. I don't care. We secure, contain, and protect. We do not boink, doink, and hubba hubba. Zerdrin, good to see you in the chat for the last minute. Ooh, desk. I like that. We secure, contain, and protect. We don't seduce, copulate, and procreate. That's good. That's good. Hey, nice shirt. Thank you, Zerdrin. This is my pajama shirt because of the sick day. Terragal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Danish on your way past the commissary. Help, I accidentally opened another portal into the cat-made waifu dimension. They won't leave me alone. I just want to test a new portal gun I just got. Have you considered checking which dimension you are opening portals to? You know how annoying the cat-made waifus are. You should have been more careful. This is on you. You deal with them. What if you launch SCP-096 into the sun? Will he die? We've done it before in certain universes, and the sun started moving toward Earth, meaning it was dragging the sun with it to come at us. I don't know how. Physics doesn't agree that's possible. Yet here we are. Felix, thank you for donating again. Within 5 minutes, over half of the Chaos Insurgency has been destroyed. All the -A2 mechs, as well as the -A, are heading back to -2 within Site 42. Man, I already missed the war? I guess I'll have to go watch Do Not Go Gentle Into That Shark Night again for a good movie. SCP when day breaks affect all stars in the universe, or would you be safe in another solar system? When day breaks only affects our sun. So, I guess if you could go somewhere where our sun's light couldn't reach, you would be fine. But now you're talking about the speed of the light and the dissipation, and I'm not exactly sure how light years work when it's light traveling. I do know that the range of our sun is pretty grand, because if you can see a star, then its light can get you. If you can see a star, its light can get you, and that means that you are going to get got for a pretty wide distance. What do the crew in Site 42 think about the Shark Punching Center? As long as I don't have to deal with them in person, I find them quite entertaining. Their silly antics are quite fun to watch. But if I have to deal with them in person, I still hold a grudge from the last time we had to beat the tar out of each other. Wait, it's the light, not some kind of radiation? You know, that's a good question, Pidgeoth. I'm not exactly sure. I would need to do some research into the greater documentation for that. I don't know if it's the light or a radiation. Or does the light contain the radiation? That's a good question. Needs more research. Nice shirt. I like the movie from it. Me too. It is my favorite Disney movie. Which is why it is my pajamas. If when day breaks happens with the human race somehow to Dyson sphere around the sun completely, what would happen? Well, that depends on what kind of radiation was causing it. If it was solar radiation like light, then the light not getting out of the Dyson sphere would mean that it would be contained. But if it was some sort of otherly radiation beyond that, that is possible that not be contained. It's a hard question. We have to do more research into what kind of radiation it is. Felix, thank you for donating again. That was a lot of mercenaries. Covered in human blood and motor oil. I need a shower. Moves the power fist I equipped and heads into -2. Well, you went from a whole lot of insubordination to destroying the Chaos Insurgency. At least a team. Maybe we'll call today a wash. And it is now the last minute, which means we are at the end of today's stream, everyone. And as always, at the end of stream, like a tradition, I tell you my favorite SCPs. But of course, not the SCPs I wrote. I wouldn't say that. That would be narcissistic. That would be insane. That would be cheating. No. The SCPs I wrote, if you do want to read them, though, if you want to read them for some reason, you can go to the Sherm's author page and Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. There you can see the SCPs I wrote, as well as a bunch of different support links to help out Site 42. You can become a patron or a YouTube channel member to give us monthly donations. You can do Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chats for one-time donations. If you're able to directly donate, we greatly appreciate your service in helping me, Desk, all of our Discord mods, and our editors for videos to keep the lights on. We appreciate that greatly. And even if you cannot donate, you are still, if you are a YouTube viewer who is liking, watching the streams, watching the videos, sharing, subscribing, all that YouTube business, then you are a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename the Signal Boosters, and our mission to work together to build and support the SCP authorship, the artists, the filmmakers, the game devs, do whatever we can to support SCP content creators. That way we can get bigger and better SCP content. Yeah, we'll make some down the way ourselves too as we get bigger and bigger, but until we're there, we can help out other teams, and we all work together. The rising tide lifts all ships. This is how we do it, people. And so Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codename Signal Boosters, I appreciate your service in this endeavor. Now, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-399, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a rough read. Speed round 399-304-3008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5320, 5175, and 8980. Content warning on the last one. As always, this has been a coffee break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you've all had fun. I hope you all learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. A voice like honey, no one else could fill his shoes. The time and the weather, the headlines and the local news. He lays it down with perfection and grace. Done by noon, he goes home to his place where he sleeps and he waits for the night. Just before midnight, he gets up, gets out of bed. A can of Red Bull, a tab of X to clear his head. He shoots his cuffs, now he's headed downtown, picks up one life, puts another one down, and his body hums as the music's playing. Dance, Soterius Johnson, dance. It's a cold world nobody understands, the feeling you can't keep inside. Go, Soterius Johnson, go. All the club kids are watching you glow stick glow with the light of the truth you can't hide. That the news is the news, but the dance goes on forever.